Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Dave Hopkinson. I'm the Global Head of Partnerships for Real Madrid. As you can tell from my thick Spanish accent, I'm actually relatively new to the club. I've been there about 15 months. So my career has all been in pro team sports. I've been in team sports for the last 27 years. My background is the NHL, the NBA, Major League Soccer. But I'm thrilled to be working with Real Madrid. And to remind you about Real Madrid, we have a video. Without audio.
Legacy. Everything we were, we are, and will become. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. Legacy is not something that can be bought. It is achieved with character, fighting each ball as if it were the last, respecting the rival, with personality, style, and flair. It belongs to those who dedicate their lives to build an idea. To the ones with a strong conviction, to the dreamers, to the visionaries. We have created the greatest legacy of all. 13 nights, we stopped time, becoming kings of football around the world.
Nobody thought this was possible. This is Real Madrid. This is the European Cup.
And 33 times, we won the toughest league of all. The 20th century is ours by right. We have seen the rising of the heroes. The best among the best played on our grounds. The names that history will never forget. The whip and the fury. The lightning and the beast. 600 million walk with us. Our home has no boundaries. Our legacy is created through the sweat and tears, early mornings, late nights. You don't become the greatest team in history overnight. You prepare, you train hard, you dedicate your life to it. Always. This is how legacies are forged. Dreaming, working, and winning together. Join us. Become a part of our rich legacy.
So after a career as long as I've had in North American sports, it's such a privilege to be working with a club with such an incredible legacy and a legacy of winning. This is a brand that is, has such impact around the world, and for such a long time. Yes, 13 Champions League trophies, a great run in the 50s, but of course, we're in what we think is the middle of a great run right now, having won four of the last 6 Champions League trophies. We won in 14, and then 3 in a row, 16, 17, and 18. And that winning, that legacy of winning, that popularity around the world has given us a strong fan base in every country in the world. And our job in the commercial side is to do everything we can to grow the fortunes of the club by growing the revenues of the club and commercializing that fan base. So, fan base. What I've done here, and it's a bit of an eye chart if you're in the back, so let me explain. What I've got on this chart here is total social rankings of the top club in the top league in the top leagues around the world. So we're here in the white on the left side at 224 million social media followers around the world as the top club in La Liga. And now we're also very, very clever people. And Xavi's in the back from Barcelona. What cutting the data this way allows us to do is not show you Barcelona at all, because while of course they are the second most popular club in the world and dominate everybody else, the one club they are not ahead of is us. And so this is the best way that our data guys tell me to represent the data. Right Right next to us, the top club in the EPL, Manchester United, at 126 million. So you can see it really is a material drop-off. Juve and Serie A, 81 million. Bayern in Bundesliga, 73 million. PSG in Ligue 1, very close to Bayern, 71 million. Indian Cricket India, 50 million. This is where, for a North American audience, the data gets very shocking. Here's the most popular club in the NBA, the Lakers, at 39 million. The 19 million is the third most popular basketball club in the world on social media. Number one's the Lakers. Number two is the Bulls, organizations with great legacies. Number three is Real Madrid, ahead of 28 other NBA teams, including the Raptors that I used to work for. What have we got here? Sorry, the Patriots in the NFL, 16 million. A great legacy of winning, but an audience that is not huge on an international scale. Yankees in Major League Baseball, All Blacks, Blackhawks in the NHL, and the LA Galaxy in Major League Soccer. So what we have in front of us is some really hard data. The fan, measuring the fan, understanding who the fan is, and the total quantum of fans globally is difficult for any club to do. You've always got to find some third party to help you, do research studies, self-report, etc. What I like about this is quantifiable. This is just total audience on social media. We're in the middle of an incredible project at Real Madrid right now, transforming our home, Estadio Santiago Bernabeu, right here on the main street, Castellana in Madrid, and taking it's an incredible institution, of course, one of the most important sports facilities in the world, but it's 72 years old and it needs a reimagination. Today, it's a construction site as we move towards what the stadium is going to look like in 2023, the greatest stadium in the world. All of that popularity has vaulted Real Madrid to the top of the Deloitte Money League. It's the top earning football club in the world, as at least it was in the last report. When the new report, I guess, will come out in January, but we've had a great year being number one with, of course, our friends at Barcelona being number two. What a rivalry this is. What an incredible rivalry. We think about Barcelona every single day. They're a strong organization, an incredible rival, and they are pushing us to be better. So what I think when I think of the opportunity in front of us, I see nothing but headroom. Despite the fact that we're top of the football league, we really have got an incredible opportunity to grow our partnership business around the world and commercialize that fan base. What do we know? As our research tells us that the 13th most popular team in the United States, Real Madrid. That's great, but we don't have one partner today headquartered in the United States with the exception of Coca-Cola. We need more business coming our way out of the U.S. Latin America. 2 out of 3 football fans in Latin America are fans of Real Madrid. China, we're the number one online club. We've got one partner in China. So as we think about where this business is going, what's clear to me is that we need to do a better job with our existing partners, helping them more effectively in the various regions that they operate, but also complementing that list of global partners with partners that are exclusively in the regions in which they're operating. So Beiersdorf, Nivea, big brand in men's care. One of our global partners and a partner where we've been able to unleash that digital audience to great effect. This is a promotion we did with Nivea earlier this year. Really putting the product in the hand of the athletes, which of course is what gives it that power of endorsement. We used our athletes and a strategic group of influencers and drove 80 million impressions globally for Nivea. 80 million. I'm coming from a world of NBA, NHL. If we'd had 80,000, we'd be high-fiving each other. So the opportunity to unleash our global audience with our partners to drive their business is an extraordinary one. 80 million impressions for a promotion like this is incredible. And of course, we actually won the Influencer Marketing Awards for this current year, 2019, with this promotion. And we know how to use it to drive sales. We did a regional promotion here with Kellogg's. And this is just really simple stuff. When you put our athletes, when you put our brand on the box of cereal or on the can, whatever the product is, we know it sells at a higher velocity because we know how to engage and excite people, whether they're in the supermarket, they're online, etc. This exceeded our expectations. We ran out of stock dramatically, exceeded Kellogg's expectations, the most successful promotion they've ever done. Just in Latin America, just for one brand, with Real Madrid. So here's where we're going next. So as I think about how to utilize this digital audience in order to grow our business globally, what I will tell you is, as exciting as it is that we've got this audience, we have not cracked the code on how to really commercialize it yet. We're still doing it with partners and on their behalf, but actually directly monetizing that with the customer, we're not there yet. We're still working on that. And if any club tells you that they've figured out how to commercialize their digital social audience, please point me to whatever room that's in. I just don't think we're there yet. It's wonderful to have this scale. It's an incredible platform, but we're not there on commercializing it digitally yet. It's an exciting digital tool, but it's going to be part of a suite of digital tools that strengthen our regional offerings. So right now, if you're watching one of our matches, what you see here is an example of our digital overlay technology that we're using in our games. What this is going to do, it's live now. We've got 4 different feeds right now. So if you're watching one of our matches here in North America, you will see different advertisers than you see back home in Spain or than you would see in Asia. This is allowing us to advertise our products on behalf of our partners in different languages, different products, or have partnerships that are specific to certain regions. So Audi, a terrific partner of ours. It's great that we can advertise the A7 in Spanish right home in Madrid, but maybe we want to be advertising the Q8 here in the US, and we want to do that in English. And maybe we want to advertise the A3 in China, in Chinese. This will also give us the opportunity to take advertisers that are specific to, let's use maybe beer as an example. We work with Mao, great local beer, a great Spanish beer. That's our beer at the stadium. But if you're watching the match in China, it'd be great to see Tsingtao. If you're watching the game here in the US, it'd be great to see Budweiser. So our challenge, the ones we're working through with Zahir Benjamin, our head of strategy, who is here, or Alex Wicks, our head of sales, who is here, is to think about how this new suite of digital opportunities is opening options for us with our partners to use their dollars more effectively as global partners, or I think equally importantly, to find advertisers and partners that want to work with us in certain regions where we have a large and engaged fan base and do something with them specifically in that region. Advertising and sponsorship, it is still bought regionally. It just is. We are just, when you look at media planning, buying, as the world is getting smaller, but it's still being bought regionally. So I think that the opportunity we have at Real Madrid is to use this engaged, passionate audience that cares about Real Madrid and use these emerging technologies, digital social, the mobile supercomputer we all have in our pocket, new intelligent technologies like digital overlay, whatever the next thing is around the corner, to connect in a more relevant, hyper-local way with our fans around the world and to grow our business with our partners that way. So, I'm 15 months in. We're in the middle of a transformation at the club. Transformation on how we go to market as a club, transformation of our business overall, a transformation of our stadium. So it's an incredible moment to be at Real Madrid. I'm privileged to be part of it, and I want to show you where we're going. With that, I think I'll take some questions and let you get on to the rest of your day after that. Thank you very much. Yeah, this gentleman's asking about TikTok. So we are also engaged with TikTok already. Our strategy is Rafa de los Santos in the room? I know that Rafa was going to come this morning. Rafa, who ran Digital Force for an awful long time, I think employed a really good strategy. Be everywhere. You know, I'm a very big believer that we've got to fish where the fish are. And TikTok, which none of us had ever heard of in January, is all of a sudden on the tip of all of our tongues. It's important for us to engage with TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and the 3 platforms that will come in the next 6 to 12 months, right? This world's changing really, really, really rapidly. We need to be engaged in where our fans are. Now, that takes a lot of resources. Our digital department is large. Our digital department is 50 people. This is not easy to turn on. However, when you look at the opportunity to talk to our fans, when you look at the opportunity for our partners, for us it's an intelligent investment to make sure that we're operating on not only where our fans are around the world, but the platforms that they're on. Yes, sir.
Sorry, excuse me, sir. You see teams like PSG, Villarreal, Espanyol, Barcelona. They have esports teams in Rocket League and a lot of other sports. And in FIFA, I know with the revamped stadium, Real Madrid's going to have a whole esports lounge, and they're going to get into the market in that way as well. But even games like Fortnite, you see these partnerships with like Stranger Things and with the MLB, with the NFL. They're breaking into that young market, and they're getting a lot of engagement and new fans through video games. What is Real Madrid going to do in the future to break into that market as well?
We're thinking about it. And let me give you a more complex answer. I'm a big believer in esports. I'm a video gamer myself, and I just joined Real Madrid, having been at MLSC in Toronto and the Raptors, where the Raptors Uprising was a 2K league. I like what the NBA is doing a lot in 2K, and helped architect that along before I left. So personally, I'm a believer in it. I think it's got a couple of challenges. One, it takes up a lot of time, energy, and attention, esports right now. And when I think about, interviews I've done, media I've done, presentations I've done like this, esports comes up every single time in the last couple of years. Obviously, there's a tremendous trajectory there. I'm not sure I see a tremendous business there just yet. So we're seeing, and I agree with, I was listening to the panel before mine, engaging with that young audience is important. As I just said, going where our audience already is important to us. I'm not sure today our path on esports is really clear. We're going to participate in things that FIFA does. Our EA is an incredible strategic partner of ours, and we're going to work with them as well. What the esports ecosystem is for Real Madrid, we haven't fully articulated yet. You referenced Fortnite. I'm not sure that we have finished our thinking on what games are right for us and the values of our club and which are not. So for us to participate in FIFA, a natural. We've got a great basketball club, as you know. For us to participate potentially in NBA 2K, that might be, who knows. Rocket League, perhaps, is a good suggestion. Shooter games, probably not. Even with cartoon violence, we just have not figured out exactly where our perimeter will be in the esports ecosystem. And we're really thinking through what resources are appropriate for us to dedicate on things like esports, when quite frankly, there's so much opportunity in bigger pieces of the business to be working on.
Hey, Dave, good to see you.
Hi, Steve.
You've been successful at both a regional and a national level in Canada. I'm curious, when you came to Real Madrid, what was the biggest challenge and opportunity about doing something globally?
Getting your head around the scale, getting my head around the scale. It's having worked in North American leagues for so long, you're doing regional deals. And even at a big city like Toronto and big clubs like the NHL's Maple Leafs or the Raptors, you're still dealing with markets that are maybe, you get the whole Canadian market, 30 million. The opportunity at Real Madrid, honestly, to think about differently on scale, but also on cultural sensitivity, right? So we just did a regional deal with a peanut company in Indonesia. That's a different way of thinking. We're thinking about specifically what we need to be doing with betting gambling by different regions. To have a sales team divided geographically, EMEA, Asia, Americas, that's a whole different suite of opportunities that you just don't have working with any of the big North American leagues. And it really goes to the power of soccer, the power of football globally. If we can get our head around how to take the global opportunity we have and make it relevant regionally, I know we can grow our business dramatically. And we're just trying to figure out how to take the best of breed solutions from North America and apply them in this bigger context.
Regarding his question, it might sound trivial, but you do have a jersey just for the esports. It's a partnership between Adidas, Real Madrid, and the esports. You have a jersey that is just selling. It's blue, it's gorgeous. You started selling it last year. It's just for esports. Is it selling? How are the numbers of that jersey? Because I found it amazing when I saw it.
I don't know if we do. Do we?
Yes, you do.
Well, that's news to me. As I said, I'm still learning. I didn't know we had an esports-only jersey. And that's
Real Madrid has a jersey.
What's it look like?
It's blue. It's amazing. It has it's full of stars.
That third kit we're going to play on the pitch. That won't be exclusively for esports.
It is exclusively for esports.
Okay, we're going to talk after this.
Okay.
All right, time for one or two more? Yes, sir.
This one might go a little bit beyond. Sorry. Good morning, Dave. Ken Russo with Russo Soccer. Quick question. I was reading about, if I recall correctly, Real Madrid was opposed to La Liga playing a game here in Miami. And, of course, the prior season, Barcelona La Liga tried, Javier Tebas tried to bring a game, and there's been opposition. And I believe a letter was written from Florentino Perez opposing that. Given that Real Madrid has such a large global footprint, wouldn't it make sense to at least stay neutral on this, if not support that proposition?
Yeah, so I'm going to stay in my lane on this one, Ken. And what I will tell you is this. We have gotten this incredible global footprint, and I think games in other markets matter. But what I don't understand enough yet, and as I said, I'm learning about this space, we're a member-owned club. And every decision we make needs to be made through the lens of what do our members want. They're the owners. It's a different way of thinking for a North American, where you typically have an owner. Typically, it's one dude, and you just ask him what you want to do. So we operate differently here, and I'm totally confident that any position we take is going to be reflective of the will of the members. If they decide we want to do it, I'm sure it's something we'd support.
Hello, sir. Good day.
Hi.
Hi. Great presentation, by the way. Talking about that we're living and breathing this digital era, what is, I don't know, the strategy, the planning to still engaging with senior citizens, adults, because we're talking about, this is I don't know how to express this, but a third generational team. Mm-hmm. So, because they're like scared of it, or I know it's by mouth to mouth, I don't know, what's like the plan strategy to keep engaging with these fans that are just older?
So I don't really know if I've got an answer to that. When I think about our audience and the demographics of our audience, you're right, it spans 2-year-olds to 92-year-olds. For a 92-year-old, I'm not sure the experience is going to change an awful lot right now. And as exciting as digital technologies are, I'm still a huge believer in television. And so if that 92-year-old, no matter where they are, they're in Jakarta, they're in Madrid, they want to watch the match on television, I'm not sure that experience for that individual is going to change a whole lot. What excites me about digital is the ability to talk to people away from the match. So whether you're engaging with them every single day with a device in their pocket, or we're enhancing their experience when they come to Madrid for a match, I'm a big believer in the opportunities that digital opens for the overwhelming majority of people. Specifically, are we working on a strategy for the digitally disengaged? We're not. Terrific. Then with that, I'll say thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your time at Soccerex.